Hi, and welcome to my March TBR chosen by the TBR jar. We're going to pick 6 prompts today. Let's pick prompt number 1. Okay, hold on. A cover that has a car, truck, boat, or plane. Okay, obviously there's one glaring option right in front of you. But I was just looking for some other options on my shelf. But the one that is right here is the Elsewhere Express. And this has a train on the cover. And tell me this isn't the prettiest book you've ever seen. Okay, so this is definitely option number 1. And this one is like a fantasy magical realism story that I've been really excited to read. It says you can't buy a ticket for the Elsewhere Express, appearing only to those whose lives are adrift. It's a magical train seeming to carry a very rare and special cargo, a sense of purpose, peace, and belonging. So it looks like we're going to have 2 main characters, a girl and a boy, who are going to meet on this train. And over the course of a long, strange night on the train, they discover it also harbors secrets and danger. A mysterious stranger has stowed away and brought with him a dark, malignant magic that threatens to destroy the train. This is definitely a top contender, but I have another book in mind that I'm really interested in reading. Had to grab my Kindle for this one. Okay, looking for the book I had in mind, I found a book with a car on the cover, and that is The Trap by Catherine Ryan Howard. I've heard really great things about this book. It's about a girl who is looking for her missing sister, and apparently a lot of women have gone missing on this one road. So the sister leaves a trap for this potential kidnapper/killer. She goes out on this road nightly, hoping to tempt him to take her, in the hopes of finding out what happened to her sister. Okay, the one I was thinking of is a totally wild premise, and I cannot wait to read it. It's Sky Daddy by Kate Folk. And as you can see, there's a plane on the cover. This premise is totally bonkers. It's kind of like an episode of My Strange Addiction. It follows a woman who is obsessed and sexually attracted to planes. Yeah. And from what I've heard, her ultimate goal is to die in a plane crash because that would be the plane choosing her as like their soulmate. I love an unhinged female main character, so I definitely want to get to this one. Shit, this is hard. I don't think it could be anything else except the Elsewhere Express. And this is by Samantha Soto Yambao. This is so completely gorgeous. Even if I hate it, I'm still going to have it on display on my bookshelf. It just sounds too good. So this is officially the first book on my March TBR. Okay, prompt number 2. Read a book with flowers on the cover. We're getting similar prompts. We had cars, trucks, trains, and now flowers. Okay, this is the first book on my shelf that I found with flowers on the cover. This is Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This is a start of a duology, and I believe it's like a dark academia fantasy. He'll burn the world down for her, and she'll burn his to the ground. So maybe like a little enemies to lovers. Yeah, even on the front, he's her enemy. She's his everything. And this takes place in the Scottish Highlands. It says Sorrow Song University only welcomes students from the most powerful families. Ophelia doesn't belong, but a rare scholarship grants her the opportunity to investigate her parents' accidental death near the castle grounds. Her plan? Keep her head down and punish those responsible. So it looks like the guy that she's going to fall for is the son of the man that she thinks killed her parents. This sounds incredible, like really juicy. And I believe book 2 is coming out this summer. My Sweet Girl also came to mind, but I think there's no flowers. It's just like leaves. But this one sounds so good and I really want to get to it too. But I just don't think it fits the prompt. Okay, I think I found another one. Yeah, this book has flowers on the cover and it's called Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. And everyone knows what this is. This is an extremely hyped romantasy. And I believe book 2 of this comes out this year. In case you don't know, this takes place in a fantastical world where there's like a really low class poor people that live on islands. And I think a couple times a year they can go to the mainland to get supplies. And our main character, Bryn, gets caught stealing. And it says she did not plan for an intense encounter with an enemy soldier that now threatens to unwind the fragile coexistence between their people. I'm really excited to get to this one too. And I've heard that there is like a crazy, insane twist at the end. Okay, what else? I do have a book with flowers on the cover saved on my Libby app. It's just waiting for me to unsuspend the hold. And that book is The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine. I've read The White Stalker by them, and it was such a bingeable, crazy popcorn thriller. So I've been looking forward to reading more. And I've heard The Senator's Wife is also like a wild, crazy thriller. So this book follows a woman who is obviously the senator's wife, who suspects that her seemingly perfect employee is secretly plotting to steal her husband, her reputation, and even her life. So this is like a bitch, I'm gonna snatch your life type of thriller. I love those. This is so difficult. I want to read them all so bad. But I think I'm going to go with The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine. Book number 2 officially on the TBR. Prompt number 3. Read an author's debut novel. Okay, let me check my shelves and see if I recognize anything that's a debut. Okay, this one I'm sure is a debut. It's The Exes by Leodora Darlington. And I got this from Book of the Month. And this book follows Natalie. All she's ever wanted is to find the one. But 3 of her exes have mysteriously died. So is our girl just murdering her boyfriends? I love an unhinged female main character, so I can't wait to find out. The tagline says, "Love brings out the villain in all of us." This sounds so good. Okay, I'm going to check my Kindle now. Okay, I'm not finding many other debut books that are standing out to me. And I really want to read this anyway, so I'm adding The Exes as the 3rd book on my TBR. Prompt number 4. A book starting with the. Okay, there should be a ton of options for this prompt. But to make it a little more challenging for myself, I'm not going to go on my Kindle. It has to be a book from my physical TBR. I found 3 books starting with the on my physical TBR. The first one is The Swap by Robin Harding. I really love this author's The Drowning Woman, so I'm interested to get into her backlist. And this also sounds like a juicy, trashy thriller, which is what I always want to read. I like to go into this one a little bit blind, but from what I've heard, this is about swapping partners. And I'm sure that's going to go really well. It's giving messy domestic drama, and I'm here for it. Speaking of messy, trashy thrillers, I have The Spare Room by Andrea Bartz. This book does not have the best ratings, but it sounds, once again, so juicy, so fun. And interestingly, similar to The Swap, this also involves a partner swap. And we have a girl who is like down on her luck, and her friend offers for her to come stay with her and her husband. And then they invite her into their bedroom. And she accepts. But then she finds out the last girl that was invited to their bedroom ended up dead. I don't know. This sounds really good. And lastly, a book I've heard nothing but rave reviews for. The Best Lies by David Ellis. He is the author of Look Closer, and I absolutely love that thriller. I've heard reviews saying that the premise sounds pretty boring, but it's actually really, really good. So it follows an attorney with skeletons in his closet, and he ends up being accused of murder. So the FBI comes to him with a choice. He can go undercover with the FBI or go straight to prison. So it appears he's going to accept the FBI's offer, but it just may be dangerous and deadly. Again, these are all such great options, but I really do want to read The Spare Room by Andrea Bartz. I am very much a seasonal reader, and I believe this takes place in March. So the fourth book on the TBR is The Spare Room. Prompt number 5. Okay, this is weird. This is the third prompt that we're getting that's very similar. A book with water or a body of water on the cover. So we've had modes of transportation, flowers, and now water. Should I challenge myself again to books on my physical TBR? Why not? Let's do it. I bought them for a reason. I do want to read them. I found 3 options with a body of water on the cover from my physical TBR. I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting that, and I think I have more. So the first option is It's Not Her by Mary Kubica. This is a new release thriller book that I have been dying to read. And it has a lake on the cover. I don't know if you could tell. There's like a dock and then the lake and then like a lake house. But I'll show you closer. This follows a family, an extended family that go on a vacation to a lake, obviously. 2 family members on this vacation turn up dead, and 1 girl goes missing. So the story tries to sort out what happened and who is responsible for the deaths and the disappearance. And everyone that has been reviewing this book say it's amazing. I mostly like Mary Kubica's books, so I'm very excited to get to this one. The second option is People to Follow by Olivia Worley. And the entire cover is like a pool. And there's a girl on a cute little unicorn floaty. I bought this because it sounds right up my alley. It's following a reality show with a bunch of influencers as the cast. And for the show, they go to this idyllic island. And of course, they have to unplug, so no cell phones, computers, phones, internet, etc. Then people start dying one by one. This looks like something I would want to read in the summer, though. The final option for this prompt is Pink Glass Houses by Asha Elias. Yes, this is another one of my trashy thrillers, and I'm sorry, but it looks so fucking good. It says there's a reason people call Miami Beach a sunny place for shady people. And on the cover, there's a pool and then a second body of water. This cover is stunning. It follows a bunch of rich moms whose kids are in this like exclusive academy. And then a new innocent mom comes into town and gets into this group. And I'm sure there's going to be scandals, secrets, lies, and probably a murder. But again, this book is giving summer, and I am a seasonal reader. I need to be reading this in the sun. I don't know when this takes place, but it doesn't look like a very summery cover. So to make my little seasonal reader heart content, I'm going to choose It's Not Her. This will be the 5th book on my TBR. Okay, our last prompt number 6. Read a fantasy or romantasy. Okay, I'm going to allow myself to choose from my Kindle books too. Okay, option 1 has been being raved about everywhere. It's Red City by Marie Lu. This sounds amazing. And I just got this recently from Book of the Month. I know that it's an urban fantasy with alchemy magic, and everyone and their mother is rating it 5 stars. And it takes place in LA. It says alchemy and ambition, power and perfection. love, and lies. Welcome to Angel City. Don't let it break your heart. Okay, that's all I need to know. This is option number 1. The second option is one that was a contender for my February TBR, but I did not choose it. It's Conform by Ariel Sullivan. And this is a dystopian fantasy that's going to be part of a really large series. And the prequel for this one is coming out in March. And it has a love triangle. In the far future, one young woman becomes torn between two loves and two sides of a rebellion. In the first novel of a sweeping dystopian romance series. Tell me that doesn't sound amazing. I really, really, really want to read this. I also have on my Kindle Shield of Sparrows, The Raven Scholar. Oh, To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Damn, I really want to read that one. Okay, you know what I need to read before spring and summer come? In preparation to read a book on my TBR, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I think I'm going to read One Dark Window. I've been really wanting to read it. It's available on Kindle Unlimited. And I know it's a gothic fantasy with magic based on tarot cards, which sounds so fucking amazing. And then we have a main female character who has this like voice in her head that tells her to do terrible things, and she calls him the Nightmare. And I really want to read this year, so I'd like to read that duology first. So I'm going to pick One Dark Window. To recap my March TBR, for the prompt, a cover with a car, truck, boat, or plane, we have this gorgeous book, The Elsewhere Express. For a book with flowers on the cover, we have The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine. For the prompt, read an author's debut novel. We have The X's by Leah Dora Darlington. For a book with water or a body of water on the cover, we have It's Not Her by Mary Kubica. For a book starting with we have The Spare Room by Andrea Bartz. And finally, for the prompt, read a fantasy or romantasy, we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. That was so much fun picking my TBR with the TBR jar. I can't wait to do this every month for the rest of the year. If you have any good prompts, leave them in the comments so I could add them to my jar. Thank you so much for watching.